In this video, I want to talk about 4 signs the relationship is in trouble. And this is drawn from John Gottman's research. And in the book he calls The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work, as well as a few video and audio links I have available for you under web links of interest. But let me also preface this by saying that this does not just apply to marriages. If you're in any romantic relationship, whether a gay or heterosexual relationship, the same principles apply. So let's start off with the 4 things that you don't want to do in your relationships when you have a conflict. He calls these the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, as in the book of Revelations. But the first one is criticism. And to criticize another person is a natural thing that happens in conflict. However, here's what you want to be careful of. Don't criticize the person. Don't attack who they are or what type of person they are. Instead, focus on the behaviors or the things that you don't like that they're doing. So when you say, you're lazy, or why do you always put me down? By the way, when you use a statement always or never, you're implying that this is, again, a perpetual issue that is their problem or their issue. So instead of saying you're lazy, maybe you could say, I really wish you'd help me around the house a little bit more. You're talking about the behavior that they are or aren't doing instead of who they are. And when you attack somebody directly, defensive shields go up. They're automatically put those boxing gloves on, they have them in front of their face, and they're ready to go at it. If you can keep it a little more neutral, don't fan the flames any worse than it already is going to be. And again, try to talk about what the issues are. It's more likely to set a climate where they're willing to discuss it and work through the problems. The second thing he discusses is called contempt. And contempt is when you take the stance that you disrespect the other person. I'm better than you are. I know what I'm talking about and you don't. I'm right and you're wrong. It's basically somehow implying that you're better than they are. And when you're contemptuous towards another person, again, it's just not setting the stage to resolve a conflict. It just makes it worse and makes that person more defensive and less likely to confront the real problem that's in front of them. The third one is defensiveness, which is a natural response to criticism or contempt. I mean, if somebody's talking to you like that, it's natural to come across and defend yourself. But here's the problem with defensiveness. Defensiveness, okay, I'm sorry, but it couldn't be helped. How could I not be late? I had traffic and I have all these things going on at work and you're expecting all of this out of me. It's all of the reasons why it can't be helped. It's not my fault because, or it's not really my fault, it's your fault. And when you're defensive, again, you're just not setting the stage for solving the conflict. You're giving all the reasons why it can't be solved or why it can't be fixed. So defensiveness isn't necessarily the best response either. The fourth one is stonewalling. And stonewalling is when you just shut down, you withdraw, and you don't deal with it. Maybe you're tired of being attacked, and so you just shut the other person out or walk away, or extreme form of stonewalling is to break up with the other person. But what stonewalling says to the other person is, you're not worth the effort of this argument, or this problem it may be a big deal to you, but it's not a big deal to me. And that's not a fair approach either. By the way, according to Gottman's research, stonewalling is the best predictor of divorce. When you see couples who don't face conflicts and don't face problems, it's most likely to be towards the end of a relationship. And it's not to say that none of these can be reversed. All of these things can be fixed, and that's why we're discussing it. In the second part of the video, I'm going to talk about how to set up positive communication climates so that these things can be avoided.